Hello guys, welcome to my Date and Dine Mall series. In this video episode, I'm taking you guys to one Shamelin Mall, which is located at Cheras, KL. And the reason why I'm here today is very obvious. It is due to your recommendation and asked me to drop by this mall to have a look. And to my surprise, it is just not looking good. I'm here now today on a weekday, and today is a public holiday. It's around 5 p.m. I'm not too sure about the weekend traffic, but I don't think it makes much difference. And the frontage of this mall, you have a few good retailers such as the McDonald's, Coffee Bean, fast food, Chinese mini bowl, F&B. So it looks decent from the outside, but at least they still have an anchor mall, which is the Lulu grocer on the lower ground, and that grocer pretty much occupies the entire lower ground space. Apart from that, if you want to go to the infamous Jalan Japan, so it's here, but they are located on the third floor, and the design is so awkward that if you need to go to the third floor, there is a gap in between the first and the second floor, which are car park. You have the lower ground, which is occupied by Lulu, and then you have the ground floor, and up you go to the UG floor, and then suddenly you skip two levels, which is void totally because those levels are occupied by car park. Then only you reach the third floor. At the moment, I'm on the ground floor. As you can see, there's lots of retail space that are completely vacant. On average, I can safely say that 85% of this retail area are currently unoccupied. The design of one Shamelin is very cluttered and unorganized. It is very weird. All the retail spaces here are very tiny. So if you want to take bigger retail space, you have to pretty much rent from a couple of retail owners, because every individual retail lots are owned by individual owners. The central management do not have control. So this would be a big problem if you are a big chain retailer. On the ground floor, the foot traffic is extremely low. There are some people on the center court, but that is about it. I believe one Shamelin Mall suffer from the same fate like most malls. There's just too many malls currently in Malaysia. And on top of that, the online retailers also expedite all the flaws and problems that most malls are facing. And that leads to most of the malls, especially in Malaysia, are struggling to keep pace and survive. A little bit of background history from what I've gathered. One Shamelin Mall opened in the early 2010. So I don't know what happened in the early days of one Shamelin Mall, because I don't recall coming here at all. So literally I can honestly say that this is my first time stepping foot on this mall. I have a question for those who have personally patroned to one Shamelin Mall in the early days. Tell me, what was it back then as compared to what it is now, as you are seeing in this video? Is it much better, or are they doing relatively okay, decent, or well? Write in the comments down below and tell me the back history about the foot traffic and the retailers here, as I do not have any recollections of any memories whatsoever in regards to this mall. I apologize for that. I'm pretty sure I never stepped foot on this mall, even though I heard before this mall all the while. So guys, I hope you enjoy this one Shamelin Mall video. If you do, smash like button and share this video to your friends and families that are staying nearby in this proximity, and consider subscribing to my channel, as it will greatly help and support me to produce more content like this in the future, and I hope you do. For those who already subscribed, thank you very much. I really appreciate the confidence and the support, as this really meant a lot to me. On this UG floor, the retail outlets here pretty much looks like a maze. Literally no one here except me, and as you can see, it's extremely quiet. As you are watching this video, I'm the only one walking here, talking to myself. I honestly do not understand the retail lot design. It is very confusing, walking from one end to the other. Pretty much is a maze, if I'm going to be very honest with you. I don't know where I am right now. I'm just walking through all the path that I can find. Hopefully I can see something, but right now the entire retail space on the UG floor are completely void of anyone. Just this floor alone, I believe there's 100% of the retail space are void of any retailers. I repeat again, this floor on UG has 0% retail outlets. They do have a couple of lots that are used for office and store, but literally there are 0 retail outlets operating here. And because this is an old design concept, I think you guys are also aware, these retail outlets are stratified, meaning that every individual retail lots are owned by individual owners, and they are the ones that make decision of who to lease or to rent out their retail space. So the central management do not have control. So this is one of the main reasons why most of the older malls that are failing. It's also due to the malls management do not have control over each retail lots. So the responsibility are thrown to the each individual owners. And for the owners that are responsible for their individual retail lots, this is literally what is going to happen. At this modern times, this concept no longer workable. So if the management could take over the responsibility, maybe to purchase back the individual lots from the owners at a discounted rate and repurpose it for other usage and refresh the entire mall outlook. And during the recording, I actually bumped into one young Malaysian. He almost gave me a scare, and he was also surprised to see me because he was lost in this maze. So he was asking for direction, how to exit this place, as he is walking in circles. So I tried to give him a guiding hand and told him where I came from, and his face looked so confused. I told him it's the same for me. As for the UG floor, there are almost zero foot traffic. I repeat myself, there are almost zero foot traffic besides the one person that I bumped into. Usually if you count, it's just me and that guy. Honestly, I wouldn't recommend you guys to walk on this alley yourself. If you want to come and take a look personally, maybe bring a couple of friends just to have an experience. But overall, there is nothing here much to see. It's just an empty alley with the rolling shutters down. So just based on this level in UG, tell me in the comments down below, do you consider this as Ghost or Dead Mall? Do you think the title of Ghost and Dead Mall is appropriate for this floor? Write in the comments down below and share your thoughts and opinion. On level 3, surprisingly, the foot traffic has increased, maybe because due to the Jalan Japan, and kind of surprised they have more retailers operating on this floor than the UG and the ground floor. A lot of the spaces here, they are used for gaming and also rollerblading and go-kart. So those will attract a lot of young adults and maybe some teenagers to literally come here just for that purpose. And this section here is for wedding banquet. So this floor, I would say they have about almost 100% occupancy, which is interesting. In fact, it's very rare to see a mall that have its ground and the first floor void of anybody, and then suddenly you go up to the third floor and you see it's like a normal mall. Although the crowd is not shoulder to shoulder traffic, but then again it is decent. So this is one of the rare dead and dying malls that have view that has more traffic on the higher floor as compared to the ground and the first floor. So I have to give the management some credit. At least they make use of this for recreation and sporting purposes. Credit is given where credit is due, but mainly also because Jalan Japan is one of the traffic magnet, especially for those who are looking for second-hand goods and some treasure hunting, as this is something my daughter told me. She loves to go to Jalan Japan to do those treasure find. Now we are in level 3A, and here at least the mall is not completely dead. There are people walking around, as you can see in this video. Some F&B here and there, but overall the retail outlets here has an occupancy rate of approximately 50%. So in a sense, it's not completely dead, and the foot traffic has dwindled down as compared to the third floor. One Shamelin Mall have many cluttered spaces, but for today's standard, the size of one Shamelin Mall is slotted in between the small and medium-sized malls. So the size is literally average, but I believe it's enough to serve the residents here. On level 5 is more like a sport and gaming area again, and also we have the TGV cinema. So this level is very well organized. They have a pool and billiards and also the badminton court. Overall, the foot traffic on this floor is much better than on 3A, but it's almost comparable on the third floor. Strangely enough, this upper 3 floors foot traffic and retail spaces is much better compared to the ground and upper ground floor. What do you think, guys? This is very strange, as I mentioned earlier. It is the reverse of what we are seeing in most dead or dying mall. As we go up the floors, most of the dead and dying mall will actually getting less and less foot traffic, but this one is of a total reverse. Cheras demographic is very diverse, and it is a very old township. You have a mixture of both the lower, middle and upper class demographics, and after walking through the entire mall, my conclusion is that One Shamelin Mall is literally on its last legs. If not for the Lulu Grocer and Jalan Japan and maybe TGV, I think this mall is heading towards a downward trajectory on a very fast track. Tell me if I'm correct or wrong in this assessment, and also what are your opinions and thoughts in regards to this mall. Write in the comments down below and let's have a discussion. So that's all for the One Shamelin Mall in Cheras. I hope everyone enjoyed this video as I do recording this video for your entertainment. Do the social media stuff, like, share and subscribe, and I sincerely hope that this One Shamelin Mall video have earned your subscription. My name is Chester Cheng and I'll see you guys in my next video. Cheers guys! Now let's talk about the car park in One Shamelin Mall. The basement car park is very dark and in most spaces, and the condition is not very well kept. Most importantly, also there's very limited parking. And one thing I would like to highlight is the parking space in between the car park also is very narrow. So if you're driving a large SUV, you may struggle to fit in between. However, if you come here, just go to the L1 and L2 car park, since most of the activity in this mall are located on the level 3 onwards. Unless you want to go to Lulu Grocer, then go ahead and park on the lower ground.